ranking Game of Thrones / A Song of Ice and Fire theories, and some of these are gonna get crazy because that's just what happens when you're waiting 13 years for a book. People get very creative. And please remember, this is going to be another vibes-based list. Sometimes I will rank a theory based on whether I think it is likely, sometimes I'll rank it just because I think it's fun, okay? There doesn't have to be a rhyme or reason, there doesn't have to be a rubric. Like I've said before, I am the rubric here, okay? And despite the fact that I will be ranking 20 theories here, yes, there will be some missing. I am sorry if that bothers you. You can let me know in the comments, boo-hoo. Also, if you followed me for any amount of time, you know what my number one theory is going to be, but it's not about the destination though, it's about the journey. So buckle up and get ready. In dead last, Tyrion is a secret Targaryen. Tyrion is not a secret Targaryen. I hate this theory, and this isn't an invitation for you to try to convince me in the comments. Believe me, the internet has acquitted itself very well trying to convince me of this, and I don't care. I despise it. He's a Lannister. That's his whole arc. His arc is great. We don't need him to be a secret Targaryen just because you wanted to write a dragon for some reason. Also, throw in any of the other Lannister kids being secret Targaryens. Just fuck it, it's 20. Up next, Tyrion Lannister is a time-traveling fetus who isn't a Lannister, but is actually the child of Daenerys Targaryen and Khal Drogo, who was sent back in time as a fetus to replace Tyrion, in Joanna, and then the real Lannister is the one that, didn't survive with Daenerys. Do I need to explain more? I hate this theory. It's insane. Time-traveling fetus? I have to say that on the internet? Next, Oberyn Martell secretly poisoned Tywin Lannister, which, amounted to fuck all because he died anyway. Why? I don't care. No, he didn't. And even if he did, I don't care. I don't give a shit, okay? But damn, Oberyn, you look hot. Next, the harpy in Marine that, is terrorizing Daenerys is actually the Shave Pate. Also, he probably poisoned the locust that, would have gone to Daenerys. I think this is probably true, but honestly, I just find it kind of boring. Like, yeah, sure, cool, the Shave Pate did it. Next, the Hound is actually the Gravedigger that Brienne and her little group pass by when they are on Quiet Isle. This is another one that I think is very much true. The elder brother who they speak to, they ask him about the Hound, and he's like, oh yeah, well, he died, but, it's all okay, don't worry about it. Why are you asking about him? Like, yeah, we get it, he's the Gravedigger, it's cool. It's just a little boring. Next, Quaithe is actually Shiera Seastar, which, yeah, duh, obviously this is true. Shiera and Bloodraven are puppet mastering from opposite ends of the world because they're both, magic-y, crazy people, and I love it. Shiera, you do you. You put that mask on. I believe it. Now we're cooking with gas. What if the High Sparrow is actually International Man of Mystery, Howland Reed? Ooh. Actually, sure, why the fuck not? This makes about as much sense as any of the other ones. But yeah, no, what if the High Sparrow is actually Howland Reed? Why? Because the High Sparrow is described as being short. Yup, that's it. He's short, Howland Reed is short. Guess he's Howland Reed, yo. 13 years. Up next, Southern Ambitions. I actually really like this theory. It's basically the theory that House Stark, House Tully, and House Aaron were all intermarrying at around the time of Robert's Rebellion because they were secretly in cahoots trying to overthrow the Targaryens. And honestly, why not? Also, I like getting to say Southern instead of Southern. It's very fun. Okay, any and all theories pertaining to Ashara Dane being everyone. Ashara, you are every woman. Literally at this point. If there's a woman in A Song of Ice and Fire who you do not know a lot about, you assume that she is Ashara Dane because, what's going on with Ashara Dane? Also, Ashara is a secret mother of half the characters in the series. Did you know that? You go right middle of the pack, though. Good for you, girl. Okay, up next, Dario Naharis, Daenerys' boy toy, is actually Euron Greyjoy in disguise. I have complicated feelings about this one because while the timeline doesn't not fit, that is such a preposterous idea, but the timeline does weirdly fit, and I do think it's funny that it weirdly fits. So basically, Dario is imprisoned for a long time during the Siege of Meereen, and it is during that time that we get introduced to Euron for the first time. So, technically, he's gone just as he shows up, and that's weird and funny. There's other reasonings that people have, and it is a theory. It's not my personal hill to die on, but I do think it's fun. Yes, this is the content I want. Patchface is actually the drowned god. It's so stupid. Oh, I know. But make it Cthulhu. Oh my god, yeah. Patchface is the drowned god. I don't give a shit if it's real. This is my headcanon. I say so. Then, of course, we have Jojen paste. Remember that time that Bran might have accidentally eaten his, only bestie in the world to gain magical powers, unknowingly? Whoops. Yeah, Jojen's probably paste. Let's be real. And of course, secret blackfires. I love this theory. I like fully believe this theory, at least with young Griff. So yeah, young Griff, who is Aegon Targaryen, is probably just a blackfire who Varys is putting up to, try to put the blackfires on the throne. Also, Varys might be a blackfire too. Who fucking knows? But yeah, blackfire theory, it's fun. Also, there's so many breadcrumbs. Like, you can't ignore it. I'm sorry. Up next, the Great Northern Conspiracy. I love this theory. This theory is so fun. And I haven't done a full vid on it. But basically, the houses of the North are playing both the Boltons and Stannis Baratheon. Because right now, these two are on like a collision course in the books, and they each have like some northern houses with them. And so the idea is that the northern houses are all actually conspiring to basically just get these two to kill each other, and then their plan is to secretly crown either Rickon Stark or Jon Snow. Because part of the theory is some people think that the northern houses are aware of Robb's will, which named Jon Snow as his successor because he thought Rickon and Bran were dead. It's fun. I love the idea of the northern houses playing these two. Do I think that Jon Snow will actually be resurrected as the Night's King? No, but hey, it's juicy! I love this theory. I love the idea of like Melisandre trying to bring to life like Azor Ahai, only to create like the inverse of it. And we get instead a crazy Night King bent on revenge who's been wrongfully murdered and is the new, Night's King, Lord Commander, monster in league with the others. It's fun. And if this makes you sad, well, I just really don't care. It's a theory. We're doing theories, you weirdo. Just be happy. We're having fun. Continuing the batshit crazy ones, we have Bolton. And yes, Roose Bolton is a secret vampire who has been, taking this stuff off of his sons and making a new suit. And that's how you don't know that he's doing it. And he's this weird vampire eldritch creature who's just, procreating to make more suits for him because he's a vampire. You want evidence? I just told you he was a vampire. Who fucking cares about evidence? Just have fun. Up next, Lyanna Stark, Ned Stark's sister, who Rhaegar Targaryen, took and caused a whole war, is actually the Knight of the Laughing Tree. I am willing to pay any amount of money to bet on this. This is true. You can't convince me otherwise. The Knight of the Laughing Tree was this mystery knight that showed up at the tourney of Harrenhal, which is the tourney where basically all of the shit went down with like Rhaegar and stuff, where Rhaegar first probably met Lyanna, because Rhaegar was put in charge of finding the Knight of the Laughing Tree, this mystery knight, and went off to do so, but then couldn't find him. But hey, Lyanna is probably that knight, because Lyanna is like a good warrior, and Howland Reed, man of mystery, was being bullied by some Freys, so the next day, this new knight appears and just like destroys them in the tourney, and it was probably Lyanna defending Howland, because he's just a cute little guy that knows all the secrets. I know this is Lyanna, y'all. Tyrion Lannister is a horse. Don't argue with me, he is! Tyrion Lannister is a Lannister cousin who is described as, disappearing during the riot at King's Landing, where he was last seen a horse! It's so stupid, I love it. And then in second place, one of my favorite theories of all time, the Grand Tyrell theory. So in the theory, Cersei is losing her mind through A Feast for Crows. She's in charge, but she does not trust the Tyrell. She's so paranoid. And at every inch, around every corner, she thinks that there is a Tyrell conspiracy to undermine her and to like try to subdue her and kill her and all this. But what if, she's right? What if the Tyrells are actually trying to scheme against Cersei and Loras isn't actually really that injured and they're just biding their time because they're gonna get her? And Cersei's right. Everyone's in the walls. Tyrion's in the walls. The Tyrells are in the walls. They're all out to get her. Ah! It's stupid, but I like it. But there is one theory that I love more than the Grand Tyrell theory, and it is, of course, up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. Yes, yes. Varys is a mermaid. What else do you need, y'all? This is the only theory that matters. This is the only theory that will ever matter. All the other ones, it's just set dressing. Varys is a mermaid. Have a great night.